Hello children, in this video I am going to revise the second chapter in Indian economic development, that is Indian economy from 1950 to 1990 with the help of mind map. Actually this chapter will discuss what are the economic conditions in India during 1950 to 1990. The whole chapter is mainly focused on four important topics, that is economic system, agriculture, industrial development, and foreign trade. The first concept in this chapter is economic system. So India got independence in 1947. After getting independence, the first problem was arised which type of economic system India has to adopt, because there are different types of economic systems are there, like capitalistic economy, socialistic economy, and mixed economy. Capitalistic economy is a system where the major economic decisions are taken by market forces. It means all means of production are owned and controlled by private individuals. And socialistic economy is a system where all major decisions are taken by government. So in this country, all means of production are owned and controlled by government sector only. But in India was adopted mixed economic strategy by taking the best features of capitalistic economy and socialistic economy. Mixed economy refers to it is a system the coexistence of public and private sector. So in this system all economic decisions partly taken by public sector, partly taken by private sector. So India adopted mixed economy after getting independence. Then next topic is economic planning. Actually planning is a strategy to achieve predetermined goals within a specific period of time. So in India there was many economic problems are there at the time of independence. In order to overcome all those problems, so our planners were decided to prepare the 5-year plans. So for the sake of preparing the 5-year plans, planning commission was established in 1950. But the first 5-year plan was started in 1951 April 1st and it was ended in 1956 March 31st. And the first 5-year plan main aim was achieving high economic growth in agriculture sector, means development of agriculture sector. So since 12 5-year plans was completed, 12th 5-year plan was duration was 2000 2012 to 2017. In 2015, in place of Planning Commission, Niti Aayog was established. Niti Aayog stands for National Institution for Transforming India. So all 5-year plans together having the common goals, which we can say goals of 5-year plans. So the common goals of all 5-year plans can be divided into four. One is growth, another one is equity, next one is modernization, next one is self-reliance. Here growth means economic growth. Economic growth implies increasing the production capacity of the country produce the goods and services. Whenever there is an increase in production of goods and services, that implies economic growth. So economic growth is indicated by GDP. When there is a rise in GDP, that is an indicator of economic growth. The second one is equity. It implies removing the income inequalities, means ensuring the benefits of economic development to all sections of people in a country. And the next one is modernization. Modernization implies adoption of technology and change in social outlook. So at the time of independence, we are very backward in all the aspects. Technological backwardness was a major problem. So in order to adopt the new technology, this modernization goal has specified in 5-year plans. And the fourth one is self-reliance. Self-reliance implies standing on our own legs without taking the help of others. So self-reliance main aim is avoiding the foreign assistance. So it mainly focus on producing goods and services within the country by using our own resources. So these are the four important goals of 5-year plans. Then the next concept in this chapter is the agriculture sector. So the status of agriculture at the time of independence was stagnant and productivity in agriculture was very low because there were many problems are there in agriculture sector. If you see at the time of independence, the status of agriculture, we can see with the help of uh, features of agriculture here. Low productivity means agriculture production was very low, and there was a problem of disguised unemployment, means more number of people are depending on agriculture sector, almost 70 to 75% of people depending on agriculture sector. Then high dependency on rainfall. It means because of lack of irrigation facilities, lack of construction of irrigation dams, most of the people depending on rainfall only for farming. Then farmers are used to cultivate the crops for the sake of fulfilling their needs only, that we call subsistent farming. And outdated farming means farmers used to adopt the old techniques only. Then the size of land holdings in uh, India at the time of independence, which was very small. And moreover, there was frequent conflict between the tenants and landlords. So there was a problem of land tenure system, which we called Jamindari system. So under Jamindari system, the Jamindaris was exploited the actual tenants by imposing the heavy rents. So in order to overcome these problems, after getting independence, Government of India initiated many measures to promote the agriculture sector. So among all, we can classify the all measures into two categories. One is land reforms, another one is technical reforms, which is also called green revolution. So land reforms. In India, the distribution of land holdings was not equal at the time of independence. So, in order to change the land ownership, the land reforms was initiated by Government of India. So, under land reforms, many measures has initiated by government. One is abolition of intermediaries, means Jamindari system has been removed, and regulation of rent, it means rent has decided by the government, and land ceilings means limitations was imposed on land holdings. Whoever having more than that limit, that surplus land is taken by the government and distributed to landless people. Next one is consolidation of holdings. So in India there was a problem of fragmentation of land holding, so that leads to low production in agriculture. To avoid it, government has initiated to consolidate the land holdings. And the next one is cooperative farming, which is also called joint farming, and its main aim is all farmers in village they together cultivate jointly, that is also called collective farming. And apart from these land reforms, which is also called institutional reforms, some technical reforms was initiated in agriculture in the name of Green Revolution. Green Revolution is also known as HYV Seeds Program, or also called New Agriculture Strategy. So Green Revolution main aim is increase the agriculture production and productivity by using high yielding of variety seeds, by using fertilizers and pesticides, by using modern technology, and by developing irrigation facilities. So its main focus was increase the agriculture production and productivity. So in India, Green Revolution has initiated in 1966 Kharif season under the guidelines of M.S. Swaminathan. So we can call him as father of Green Revolution in India. So Green Revolution may help the economy to achieve self-sufficiency in food grains production. Especially 5 crops were benefited more through this HYV seeds program. They are wheat, rice, jowar, bajra. Among all, wheat production has tremendously increased. As a result, Green Revolution is also known as Wheat Revolution. So no doubt at all, Green Revolution increased the agriculture production, and we achieve the self-sufficiency in food grains production because of Green Revolution only. But if we see the impact of Green Revolution on economy, there was some positive effects are there, some negative effects are there. So positive effects, Green Revolution help us to attaining marketable surplus, means more amount of food grains farmers are able to sell in a market after Green Revolution. And buffer stocks, government is able to procure food grains and maintain the buffer stocks, which helped us to achieve the food security. And also due to Green Revolution, food grains production has increased. As a result, prices of food grains has decreases, that was benefited the low income groups. So in such a way, Green Revolution having some positive effects, and at the same time some negative effects also there. So Green Revolution mainly focused on using of high yielding variety seeds, which needs fertilizers and pesticides, so it prone to risk of pest. And here Green Revolution was benefited the rich farmers only, because they can only able to buy fertilizers and pesticides and machines and the latest technology, they only could able to adopt it. As a result, the benefits of Green Revolution reached to large farmers only, not small farmers. And apart from this, some regions in India, especially where we have the irrigation facilities, river water facility, and those regions were uh, benefited a lot because of the Green Revolution. And the next topic is industrial development. Industrial development is very important because it provides the continuous employment opportunities. But after independence, there was a question, which sector has to take a initiation for establishing the strong industrial base. Because at the time of independence there were only few industries are there, like cotton and jute, and the basic good industries like iron and steel industries are very less. So government was taken leading role to establishing the strong industrial base. Reasons are private sector uh, they are not in a position to establish the industries because of shortage of capital, and moreover the market size in India was less. As a result, there is lack of incentives for private sector to start the business. And apart from this, government main aim was to achieve the high social welfare, so that government means public sector only take a leading role in establishing the industries. And apart from this, after independence, to achieve the continuous growth in India, industrial policy resolutions has prepared by Government of India. The first industrial policy resolution has started in 1948, and second industrial policy resolution was announced by Indian government in 1956. So according to this policy, the total industries are divided into three schedules: Schedule A, Schedule B, and Schedule C. So in Schedule A, 17 industries are included, and these industries are exclusively reserved to public sector. Means public sector only will establish these industries. For example, arms and ammunition, atomic energy, railways, aircraft, such type of industries are reserved to public sector only. And Scheduled B industries, in these 12 industries are included, and these are progressively state owned industries. These industries are initiated by the public sector. If it is needed, private sector is also allowed. For example, in this Schedule B, fertilizer industries, aluminum industries, mining related industries are included. And Schedule C, and these industries are left over to private sector. Whatever industries are not included in Schedule A and Schedule B, which are included in Schedule C, and these are reserved to private sector. So in 1956 policy, private sector only take a leading role in development of industries. So private sector is also allowed to establish the industries, but they need to take the license under IDRA Act, Industrial Development Regulation Act 1956. Any private industry, if they want to establish the industries, if they want to expand their existing industries, if they want to diversify their production, they have to take the license from the government. Licensing is nothing but permission from the government. And apart from this, during this period, government also focused on establishment of small scale industries. It has encouraged the small scale industries. In 1955, Village and Small Scale Industries Committee, which is also called Carvey Committee, was appointed to analyze the role of small scale industries in rural development. Actually, small scale industry or large scale industry, we classify them based on the investment. Up to 1990, the small scale industry's maximum investment limit was 5 lakhs. But now the small scale industry's maximum investment limit was 1 crore. These small scale industries were very important in India because they are labor intensive, means they use more labor in production of goods and services. Being a labor surplus economy, small scale industries are able to provide more employment opportunities. So it is a needed to protect the small scale industries. So under 1956 IPR policy, Government of India take initiation to protect the small scale industries through different ways. For example, reservation of products. Some list of goods and services were exclusively reserved to private sector, small scale industries. And apart from this, to encourage the small scale industries, some special concessions was given to small scale industries. For example, exemption from excise duties, providing the loans and loans to small scale industries at a lower rate of interest. So in such a way, Government of India has encouraged the small scale industries development. And the last concept in this chapter was foreign trade. It implies exports and imports of goods and services. And here trade policy is there. Trade policy implies it is a policy related to exports and imports of goods and services. So at the time of independence, we after getting independence, we put an objective that achieving self-reliance. It implies avoiding the foreign interference. So in order to achieve the self-reliance, government has focused on replacement of imports by domestic production by using domestic resources, producing the goods and services within the country in place of imports. Avoiding the imports is a major objective of Government of India in 1950s. So that we have prepared a trade strategy which we call import substitution policy. This is also called inward looking trade strategy. It implies avoiding the imports, means replace the imports by domestic production. The main intention of adopting this import substitution policy was saving the foreign exchange, achieving the self-reliance, more importantly, protect the domestic industries from foreign competition. So, in order to protect the domestic industries, two ways Government of India used. One is through tariffs, another one is through quotas. Here, tariffs are taxes which is imposed on imports of value of goods and services, whereas quotas are limits imposed on imports of goods and services. So here tariffs are qualitative restrictions, we can say. Quotas are quantitative restrictions. Tariffs are imposed on value of goods and services imports, and quotas are imposed on limits on quantity of goods and services imported. And quotas are also called non-tariff barriers. I hope you understand, children. Thank you very much.